This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana.
I think that Urijah Faber stands a great chance against Dominick Cruz. Brian Bowes, I think that if he worked on his wrestling, he could, but there's no one unbeatable in this MMA game because Dominick Cruz is a great fighter, great athlete, but at the same time, man, Urijah took it to him, and it was a close fight. And I think if Urijah makes some adjustments to his game plan, he can pull out the victory.
Well, Dominick Cruz is a hard puzzle to figure out. At this point, I don't think that there's anybody out there that can really take that belt from him. You can't find any sparring that even comes close to him, so you really can't prepare for that fight. I think Dominick Cruz is an amazing fighter and an amazing athlete, and I think he's going to keep that belt for a long time.
I think that Urijah has a better chance. Bowes is a little too stiff. I think, style-wise, there's a lot. I think that Bowes would have a hard time trying to find him in there.
I would have to say Urijah. I mean, they fought before. Obviously, there's a couple of things that he needs to change in his game, but Urijah is a beast. He's a great stand-up. He's got great wrestling. It's just a matter of putting it together. Sometimes, again, being a fighter, sometimes you could be 150% ready. When that bell rings, sometimes the person that's ready 2 days before that just doesn't show up. And, I've seen it and I've experienced it at times as well. So it just depends on, he's just got to rely on his being that night to be his night. You know what I mean?
The fighters coming in from Strikeforce is going to put some more guys, on the waiting list to get in and fight unless they start throwing more shows, which I'm sure they will. They always seem to find some way to entertain people and get us fights. So I don't think it'll hurt anything. I like it.
I think he's very talented, and I think that yes, he does deserve a shot, but I don't know if it's immediate. There's a lot of guys at 155 right now in the UFC that have been here and that deserve that shot. But he's definitely, one of those guys that is very deserving of that shot. He's extremely talented, and, him being the champion over at Extreme, I think he would. I don't think anybody would mind if he got the shot. We've seen other people coming over and getting the shot right away. So I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. I think an exciting fight would be between him and maybe Henderson or Perez. Even the Clay Guida, those are some of the guys that are up there in the top, maybe 5. Cerrone, I mean, he's been looking amazing. So that's another guy out there that I think would be a good fight for him.
No, I don't think just because you're a champ at one organization, you can walk into the UFC and get a title fight right off the bat. Give him one tough fight. Give him a big challenge in there, and depending on how he performs, because the level of the UFC is certainly higher. I think the level of the MMA skills displayed in the UFC are higher than other organizations. So I would like to see him fight Melvin Gillard. I would like to see him fight Gray Maynard. I'd like to see him fight some tough fights, in that division. And then, depending on how he performs, title fight.
I don't know. That's tough to say. He's earned his belt in Strikeforce, and he's kicked some serious ass over there. Maybe just give him one fight. Give him one fight and then get the champ, which, I think he's got a very, very good chance of taking that belt away from Frankie. So, I don't know, it's a tough one.
Yes, I think the female fighters in MMA, they definitely have their work cut out for them. They need to really, we need a lot more of them so that they can have the weight classes where they're stacked and full. About them working hard, there's no question. I've seen some of the women how they train, and they train hard. Unfortunately, I think the problem is that we don't have enough of them yet. It's they got to start somewhere, and there's a few girls that are getting started, and hopefully more women follow in their footsteps and make the sport grow.
Once I heard Dana say. Someone asked him the question, like, why aren't there women in MMA? Why is there not a female division in the UFC? And he said, his answer was really good. He just said there are not enough women out there, and that's true. I don't think there's enough women out there yet at a high level that can perform at the UFC standard. I think there are some, but not enough to have 3-4 divisions. I think that giving it 5-10 years from now, we'll have enough women at that level so we can have 3, 4, 5, 6 female divisions. Right now, I have to agree with Dana. I think there's some very skilled women out there, some very talented ones, but not at UFC standard yet.
This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana.